For a D-man, that's pretty darn good.
That's about top D.
Yeah.
Now 60, 70 points.
It's pretty much his name is. It's going to be in those talks about the finalists.
Yep. He's with the company with Carlson, Hedman,
Burns,
and Subban.
Mm-hmm.
Those, in my mind, right there, and Doughty are the best defensemen in the league right there.
Yep.
I mean, no more Shea Weber, because, I mean, those guys are... Man, Montreal got ripped.
Yeah.
You think, well, at the time, it was like, oh, Shea Weber, but you're like, but the age is kind of... Injuries and age have caught up to Shea Weber last. Especially last year, I've noticed his age. And then there's Subban just going to the finals, and he's, like, still one of the best in the league for, like... And he's only, like, 26 or 27 years old, so...
It just makes me wonder, like... Kind of off topic. Do you think Montreal would have did Subban for Hall?
Is this...
Do you think they ever talk to each other?
Depends. Is this Hart Taylor Hall? Or Edmonton Oilers Taylor Hall? Obviously, it would have been Edmonton Oilers Taylor Hall. That's the problem with Hall. The year they traded him, it's probably one of his lower productive years, I should say. So maybe they didn't get his top value as they could have. You got him one of those years he had 80, 85 points. Now there's a couple years, even in the Oilers, he had 80 plus points. Those years, you might have got something more. And now you're looking, he's Hart candidate. If he would have won the Hart seat with the Oilers, and then you hear like, oh, we got to get a defenseman, you might have been able to get Subban. Maybe not straight across. It's hard to say because there's only so many of those defense around. It seems like you have to pay top dollar to get one of those D. Like, they're not, you know.
But Hall's last year as an Oiler, 82 games, 65 points.
Yeah, and it was probably one of his lower ones.
I mean,
He had 80-some points a couple times.
He had 80 points in 13-14, and...
I thought he had 85 one year.
And he had 53 points in 61 games in 11-12.
Yeah, so that's pretty decent.
And he had 50 points in 45 games one year, too, in 12-13. He was
the lockout year, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Like, obviously, you know, last year it was like, oh, well, you know, both teams seem to have won the trade, but this year it's just like...
This year it looks lopsided, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Edmonton took a step back.
Well, if Edmonton didn't take a step back, we'd be saying maybe not so lopsided. That's the thing, it looks so bad because Edmonton took a step back.
Mm-hmm.
But, I guess, you could see Nashville was going to win the Subban trade, no matter what.
Now, yeah.
I mean, they're 4 years difference in age, though. PK's 28 and Weber's 32.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
Weber just seems... But once again, I think he's been around since he was like 18.
Well, so is PK, but...
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like,
yeah,
Weber's
I know what you're saying.
A lot longer, it seems. 4 years in the league kind of is a gap, right? Like,
yeah, it definitely is.
But moving on here to Minnesota Wild, they got Greg Patterin. 3 years, $6.75 million, and JT Brown, 2 years at $1.375. I mean, two smaller signings for Minnesota, pretty quiet on their behalf, but
yeah, more depth players.
Not a lot that'll make or break their team.
No.
Montreal got Steve Mason in a trade, and Armia in a trade. And they signed Thomas Plekanec, 1 year at $2.25 compared to his $6 million he made last year with Montreal. So quite the
decrease, but I think.
But he's 36 years old, so his career is pretty close to done, probably.
I believe
he used
so.
to be he put some points up. Now he just hardly puts any points up. Just kills penalties.
He was very effective in the playoffs.
Yes, but before that, I hardly noticed him.
What was that, Game 6?
Yeah,
He had that really good game.
Yeah, there's one. Actually, it's after Game 1 and 2 when he found out how to shut them down. We used Plekanec effectively, and actually worked. That's how we got to 7 games. Otherwise,
yeah,
we shut down the big line. But
mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Like, Steve Mason's obviously going to be a backup. That Armia.
Joe Armia's pretty good.
I think that Armia is decent guy to pick up. That was they probably threw Armia in there just to take Mason off their hands.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, Joel Armia is a pretty solid depth player. Plays the wing. Pretty big player. He'd be pretty good for their bottom lines as a guy to work the corners and.
Yeah, Montreal's interesting this year. I don't know. Not sure what Bergevin's doing.
I don't know if anybody does right now.
And I don't know. Mason, do you think he's back up now for good? Do you think he'll ever get any form
I don't know.
back in, like, you know what I mean, like be number one anywhere else again? I mean, in Winnipeg, didn't take very long, and Hellebuck kind of just stole it.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, same thing. And didn't he was he number one for a year, 2 years maybe?
Yeah.
Well, then they got Elliott right away.
But how many times was it somebody else came in and then he had to be out again? I don't know. I think he's back up. He's back up goalie for life now.
Yeah, I mean, unless he can find a way to turn his game around. I mean, look at Devin Dubnyk. You thought he was going to be a guy who never made anywhere, but
That's true. But I don't know. Mason to me doesn't seem. He had the one, Calder Trophy season, and then
yeah, he kind of went the same career path as Andrew Raycroft.
kind of same thing. Yeah.
So, to turn it around, obviously he's going to have to... I'm just assuming Carey Price is going to start a whole bunch of games.
Oh yeah.
So it would be pretty hard to kind of showcase yourself if you're playing...
Unless Carey Price gets hurt again.
Yeah.
He did a lot this year.
Yeah.
And Nashville did nothing. I
think they've been in talks with Ellis a little bit, but I don't think that's going anywhere.
But they didn't sign anybody. They kept it pretty. But I mean, I don't think they have a lot of money, and their team is pretty set.
I think their team has basically asked them to not do anything. We like this team. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and Mike Fisher left.
Mike Fisher retired for 40 games for likely to be back.
There's no talks of getting rid of Pekka and A?
Not at this point in time.
Yeah.
Remember that was the...
That was funny.
Is this his last game or whatever? Yeah.
And New Jersey Devils just re-signed Eddie Lack 1 year, $650K. So pretty cheap for him.
Pretty cheap, yeah, exactly.
He's another goalie that's kind of been rocky last year. I mean, he moved around a bit. Calgary, Carolina, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The Devils. Or no, Carolina was the year before, maybe. But yeah, he moved around a little bit. But nothing that really impacts their team too much. I don't know if... He must be a minor league signing. Because they have Corey Schneider and they still have Kincaid. Kincaid got him in the playoffs. And then Schneider kind of took over, but I don't think Eddie Lack's playing. I think he's third string goalie, I think. Unless, I don't know. Unless there's something else, but...
I mean, I could see him being signed for their AHL team.
I think so, and then if somebody gets hurt, he is at least decent enough to be called up. And one of the busier teams, New York Islanders, Thomas Hickey, 4 years at $10 million. Leo Komarov, 4 years at $12 million. Filipula, 1 year at $2.75 million. Kunackle, 1 year. And they got Robin Lehner, 1 year at 1.5, and they acquired Matt Martin in a trade today. So they've been busy, Highlanders.
Yep, Lou been doing stuff.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think. 'Cause, some of those trades. I mean, are they just filling roster spots?
Though they took a pretty big hit, but
yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit more when we bring up Toronto, but...
Yeah, no, it's...
That's a tough one to take, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll start with Robin Lehner. I think it's an upgrade from Halak.
Oh, yeah.
I think. I mean, Kunackle, to me, he's not superstar or anything, but I think he brings your bottom lineup.
Yeah, a good depth player.
Komarov, too. Hickey. I think you have to sign Hickey. I mean, he's pretty decent. And Matt Martin will obviously be on your fourth line body checking guys again. So
Yep.
and we're in the Islanders. He'll actually get time to play. We're in Toronto.
He's 13th guy.
Yeah, he was the scratched guy for the last chunk of the year and then the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Where at least if he went to the Islanders, at least he's going to play probably every night.
Yeah.
That's good for him, right? Like you hate the guy sit on the bench and pay him money, decent money too. Like, but
He'll, yeah. Well, and then you bring him in, kind
well,
of protect. Well, I guess Barzal's probably going to be the first line center now.
Barzal's their guy now.
Yeah.
You know, he goes from protecting Marner and Matthews to Barzal now.
Yep, pretty much. And the Rangers just re-signed Nemestikov. 2 years, $8 million, so $4 million per. That's actually not a bad deal. I think he's has a little more potential than, but it's hard to tell because he was on a stacked Tampa team. And he played with his line mates were pretty good. So
Mm-hmm.
and then Ottawa did nothing.
No,
They've been
there's
talked with Carlson and Anderson, and I mean, obviously before that they traded Hoffman, and so they've been on. I think they've been talking, but no free agents.
No.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're honestly just gonna. I don't think they're actually gonna say this, but I think they're tanking. Especially if they get rid of Carlson and Anderson, I think they'll just let it.
But let me ask you a question. What does tanking do for them?
It doesn't, because Colorado has a pick.
Yeah. So
That's true.
Tanking doesn't do them anything.
No.
You think they'd want to put a decent team on the ice?
They might.
I think it's just a matter of shaking things up now.
Do you think they just clean house and get picks? Then tanking does mean something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, because that's other teams' picks. But you gotta stock your cupboards with picks.
I think
Especially with Carlson, get as much as you can. Even Anderson get some picks. If say they're like, oh, we're gonna get ready to do Shane too. I know they just got him, but say they do.
yeah, I think you get it. Guys like Ryan.
You can get good picks. Bobby Ryan, you might get something small, but he just costs so much. He has a broken hand every second game. So, I think he had four times he broke his hand this year. Like fingers, like blocking shots.
Oh, that's a good player then.
Well, he's always blocking shot, hits him in the glove. Oh, but Ryan's out a week or whatever, and then he's back. It's like holy man.
Yeah, maybe you just don't stick your hands out.
Just don't put Bobby Ryan on the PK. Probably one of the bigger, signings. Van Riemsdyk, 5 years. I should say James Van Riemsdyk.
Yeah,
another
JVR, not TVR.
Yeah. 5 years at $35 million, so $7 million per year. Obviously, a little bit of a blow. I'm not gonna lie. When I seen Van Riemsdyk, Bozak were gone, I was a little like, oh man, I really liked them. But then something else happened later that kind of made me forget that pretty quick.
Oh,
That's yet to come. But I think that's a great pickup for Philly.
Oh, I think so.
I think it's great.
familiar faces.
Yeah, exactly. Simmons was there, I believe, when he played. Like, they actually drew, like, their team has stayed, the main guys have stayed the same for a number of seasons now. But, it's kind of funny how guys do, like, full circle, like, come back kind of thing, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh re-signed Riley Shan. 1 year, $2.1 million. And they signed Jack Johnson, 5 years, $16.25 million.
That's a fair market value for him, I think.
Yeah, it's under 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then good old Matt Cullen signed again. 1 year, $650K. Steal a deal. One of the best deals of the day, boys. He's 41 years old, I heard, and they said it almost seemed like they missed him a little bit last year.
They're trying to replace him all
They're
the time.
they're trying to fill that fourth line center, penalty killing forward, and they tried. Who do they put there instead? It wasn't Benino.
They had Brassard.
And Brassard.
He's more third line center.
I'm trying to think. I can't recall. His name's not coming to my head, but I mean, Jack Johnson. He needs a turnaround in his career. He was a healthy scratch.